What is going on, guys? It's your boy CJR Sports, and today we're coming back to you with another NFL video. Before we get started, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I make tons of NFL videos every single day, and so I'd hate for you guys to miss it. So if you are subscribed, then hit the bell notifications, because like I said prior to, I upload so many videos on a day, and I would hate for you guys to miss it just because I upload so much. Now let's get right into this video. The man on your screen, we have talked about him so many different times already in the last 2 weeks that I've made this channel. We have talked about him too many times, in my opinion, but Deshaun Watson. It came out today that there was a report by Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports, reports that the NFL Players Association, so the NFLPA, the Players Association, and Watson's camp already decided to sue the league in federal court if the end result of the process is a full season suspension. Wow, that's a lot to take in. So, there is a potential chance where Watson gets suspended for an entire season, an entire year. But if that happens, the NFLPA and Deshaun Watson's camp already said that we're going to sue the NFL in federal court. Like I said, it's a lot to take in. That's your boss. The NFL is the company you work for, and you're suing your company, really. You know, that hasn't really worked out, for, never mind, Brian Flores and Hugh Jackson. That's not really working out good for them. When you sue your company, usually it's very hard to get back into the company that you sued. While the union and Watson are entitled to trying it, it won't be really easy to win. The judge loves it when private parties agree to their own procedures for resulting these disputes. The NFL and the NFLPA negotiated the process of imposing discipline under the PCP, the Player Contact Policy. Both sides agreed to revise the approach in 2020, with the disciplinary office entering the calculation. As a general matter, courts won't be inclined to burden themselves by second-guessing the unfolding of the steps crafted by the management and labor, and the FAA gives them cover to stay out of such battles. So to kind of put into easier words, if Deshaun Watson suspended, and under the new CBA that happens, he can the NFLPA can there's been a process where they can negotiate and almost try to see if they can get that suspension down. And if there isn't a decrease in his suspension from a year to maybe 12 games or 8 games, whatever they can get it down to, if there is no resolution, that the Deshaun Watson's camp and the NFLPA are going to challenge the NFL and Supreme Court and sue them. Wow. Tom Brady, Brady, after Deflategate suspensions and mayhem, federal court losing before a 3-judge panel in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the second. Elliott, who was successfully the New York federal court system of the Brady case. So they're really just saying here that Brady and Zeke both went through it, and they both weren't fully successful. Deflategate got a 4-game suspension when there was, lack thereof of evidence, and Zeke kind of had his, I believe, of personal conduct policy in the Texans federal court. So the fact that the league and the union have negotiated a new CBA since Elliott case will make it even harder for them to attack current procedures. If there were serious consequences regarding the rules and regulations of imposing disciplinary under the PCP, the union could have addressed them and hammering out to new terms. The NFLPA will need to show that the league violated its own rules and regulations in the same way. It won't be enough to say we don't like the final decision. Both sides agreed that the disciplinary officer makes the first decision and the commissioner or his designee handle the appeal. And the decision on the appeal is final. The federal courts aren't supposed to be the next level of an appeal. The case is supposed to be over. Thus, based on Brady and Elliott's case, it won't be easy for Watson to get into federal court to overturn a 1-year suspension if the final result of an agreement is final. So, all in all, after all the, paragraphs that I read and whatnot, if Deshaun Watson is suspended for a year, he's going to be suspended for a year. With the Brady situation and the Ezekiel Elliott situation, they both went to federal courts and they both technically lost their appeals. So, even in the new CBA, it's even harder for that to happen. It's harder to attack those rules. Due to the PCP, which is the personal contact policy that was put in the new CBA, whatever the league says is almost final. They put a disciplinary officer for that reason. They have the first decision. Then that goes to the commissioner, the commissioner, or whoever he designates to make that appeal. And whenever that appeal comes, that is final. You're not really supposed to go to the federal courts. There's not a third level to go to the federal courts. Once it hits the commissioner's office or whoever puts it in charge of that case, it's supposed to be over. So even if Deshaun Watson wants to sue, it's probably not going to end best for him, and there could be a state where he could have bad terms with the league. But if you have any questions at all about this, let me know down in the comment section, because I know I read a lot and I kind of understand it because I read some of the CBA, so I kind of understand it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and let me know your opinions. If Deshaun Watson would, go to the federal courts and would sue, do you think he would win, or do you think he would lose? Let me know down in the comments. And it's your boy, CJR Sports, and I'm out. Peace, guys.